Hello everybody, welcome back to another video where I talk about AuDHD stuff, and today I want to talk about Hyperfocus. And if you do anything with gaming, you'll probably have noticed that Tomodachi Life is out. I think it's called New Dream or something. I don't have that one because I don't have a Switch, but I do have a 3DS, as you can see, and I pulled that out of the cabinet that I was sitting in, charged it up because I already had a Tomodachi Life previously, so I have been playing that again. And I want to basically bring your attention to the following. I'm just going to go start it up and then I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm going to bring it a little closer so hopefully you guys can see things. It looks okay on the viewfinder for now. Of course, it's just a handheld, so a little difficult to film without like a capture card. Anyway, so here is my island. Got the average sized building over here. I think it's the largest one, but that's not the most important part. Most important part is here at the ports. Shall we go in and take a look-see? There we go. A little difficult to do that from this angle. But as you can see, there are some people sitting right there, and these people have been on the island since I last interacted or passed someone who also had a 3DS with Tomodachi Life on it, and I believe these guys have been here for 11 years and maybe 6 or 7 months, because I think the last time I passed somebody was like 2015 or something, so a little bit long ago. Well, the oldest one I guess is from 2014. It's been sitting around here, and I just haven't really been able to pass anybody who has the game on them. I think nobody's walking around right now with their 3DS and Tomodachi Life at the moment, although there may be more people now that the new version has been released. And I noticed that it does not have the same street pass dynamic where you can actually go and I guess exchange the Miis by just walking past somebody. Anyway, let's go and talk to these guys for a moment. Let's see, let's talk to you. Oh, sorry. Good evening.
I've got a lot of stories to tell from this island.
You do? You might as well. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he had like 4,000, oh, maybe you can see that here. Alexander, 254 days. That's not what I meant. No, it doesn't actually say here. Okay, back. Alright, maybe you can see it on the next one. And call upon you. Here you go. 4,083 days on this one. He last left or wanted to leave the island on February 17th, 2015. Good evening.
I always part with a smile. Take that.
I always part with a smile. Well, he pretends that he hasn't just been waiting 11 years. Let's call upon the last one.
Good evening.
Good evening. Sounds a bit low, sorry.
I always part with a smile. Take care.
Yeah, same thing as the other guy. That one also was here for about 4,000 years. They kind of arrived at the same time. 4,000 years? 4,000 days. These two kind of arrived around the same time. This one came a little bit later, so he's been waiting the least amount of time. But if you've ever had like a delayed flight or anything, a couple of hours is really annoying. Imagine waiting on a port for 11 years. But anyway, these guys kind of inspired me to do something else, because I kind of felt sad for the fact that they've been here for 11 years. Now I know that it's just lines of code who don't really care if they are going to be here for another 11 years or for the rest of however long this device lasts. But I thought, you know what, new Tomodachi Life is coming out, and I want these guys to travel. So what I did was I ordered a couple more of these. These are secondhand, and actually, funnily enough, the islands are still on here from the previous person. So we got one that's like got 7 Miis on it, but it has 25,000 euros because these are European versions. And this one had, I think, 20 something, but only 1,000. But they did have Spot Pass on it, so that is interesting. I didn't think, at least I don't think I had Spot Pass, but this one has Spot Pass. This one has a lot of money. Mine has just an average playthrough. Let me actually just go show them for a second. I'm gonna leave you guys alone for a second. There we go. But I really started focusing on Tomodachi Life, which is why I'm currently putting this under the AuDHD thing. Let me put the sound down again so you guys can hear me a little better. And the whole thing about feeling bad for inanimate objects came into that, and that's where I went and got those copies. And of course I can't have them exchanged between different islands if I also don't have extra systems. And since the 3DS has been out for a while, I actually managed to get a couple that were reasonably cheap. Of course, they're never really cheap because it's Nintendo, but still better than when they were new. And so those are still in the mail. I was hoping they would be here right now so I could actually show all 3 systems and show the guys traveling between these 3 different systems. We'll have to do that next week because hopefully we'll have them all next week. Anyway, my own island over here. Nothing super interesting. I did change their settings a bit, so there's a lot of people now trying to figure out relationships. Let's go in and see what we got. We got a whole bunch of oranges over here. See another 6 right there. Any hearts? No. Okay, I actually got rid of a whole bunch of me, as you can see, because there's a bunch of empty floors. I kind of just stopped caring about the half of them because there were too many and I couldn't quite figure out who most of them were anymore. Some of these are people that I ran into, and other people just kind of made myself or got online, like the alien. Alright, let's take a look. First orange one is here. Tom Riddle. He appears to be using his boxing thing. Let's see what he wants. Oh, he's mad. Okay, you know what? I'm getting out of here because I actually want a relationship question instead of somebody who's angry, because it takes a while to calm them down. Don't feel like doing that. Walter's on the phone. Can you see him over there? There he is. Walter from The Big Lebowski. Alright, hello. Alright, you appear to not be angry. Let's see what your problem is.
I think Rissa and I are friends.
I think Rissa and I are friends. I honestly don't know. I wish I could check his relationships. I can't actually. Let's see, Rissa. Where is Rissa? Oh, Rissa's way down in the orange fun category right there. So I'm going to say nothing special.
Yeah, you're probably right.
There. That prevents him from, like, getting upset later. I'm also going to give you some food because you are super hungry. Let's give you a grilled mackerel. Here you go. Yum, yum, yum. Alright, he enjoyed that. Like that a lot. Oh, and of course he levels up. Alright, let's give him a quick gift here. I'm giving him all beauty kits right now because I like to see them doing some makeup, even though they're not all female. Everybody can wear makeup, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, great. Thanks, Walter. So, that's what I was doing recently. I'll continue with all the orange stuff later. And there are other games that allow you to exchange things. So I also went and got me 3 copies of this. I've never played Animal Crossing, and I'm not sure if the previous island is going to be on these cartridges. No idea. So I'm actually going to go fire one up, and then we'll take a look and see what we get. Alright, they're off. And the reason why I'm pulling these guys in is because when I was busy figuring out what I wanted to exchange the Miis, I also started hyper-focusing on any games that were on the 3DS that also allowed exchanges, so I could have 3 different islands of Animal Crossing stuff instead of just 3 different Tomodachi Life islands. Let's just make a little social network in my own home, like that type of thing. So, pulling this one out and putting this one in. Now, I don't know what happens when you start the game for the first time, but we'll take a look. I'm going to start up. Usually takes a while, so I'll be back in a moment. Alright, there it is, Animal Crossing. I can't see anything about the game, whether it's actually already got something going on. Software requires an update for latest version to proceed. Okay, I guess I'll have to do that when I connect it to the internet. What was that? Connect to the internet. Yeah, it says over there. Okay, so I can't do that right now. So I'll have to also tell you that next week, because the last time that I connected this one to the internet, my Wi-Fi password was different. Update, it looks like it does, because I have at least 4 people on here that I've never heard of before. So, I'm very curious to see what that will do, but regardless, the reason why I'm saying hyperfocus is because while I was hyperfocusing on getting 2 different 3DSs, getting 3 different versions of the same game, and trying to figure out how I was going to like plan where the Miis go, like maybe I can fire up one system and then the other, like the main one, to see if they can go to that island, because the one that is like really rich only has 7 people. And that kid, I think is a kid, only really focused on their own me and the person that they wanted the me to get married to, and everybody else is just kind of there and doesn't have a whole lot of levels, and the rest of the town didn't really get developed much either. At least the basic stuff is there, but they didn't really focus on it. They just kind of focused on getting that relationship started. I'm guessing as soon as they were done with that, they just kind of focused on their own lookalike character, because that one's level 53. And most others were like 3 or 4, and then the wife was also 3 or 4, and I think there's one that was level 10 that may have been more interesting to them as well, but everything else kind of got ignored. And I'm guessing that if the Traveler Mies went there, that they would just kind of get bored, and they would want to leave, and maybe just kind of be depressed about where they are, even if they want to settle. So I'm guessing the one with the more Mies, the different types of Mies with the lower money and the spot pass would be a better destination for them. So I'm probably going to try to direct them there. But who knows? Either way, if they want to travel, they can travel to either the old one or one of the other 2 new ones. And they have a little ecosystem that they can travel back and forth in. And the same thing for the characters in Animal Crossing. At least from what I've heard, there are these characters that occasionally want to go to a different town, and then they can hop on a train and then go to one of the other islands instead of just being permanently on a train in the void and not going anywhere. So that would be great if that were to work. But in order for that to work, I do need to have the other 3DSs and have them updated as well. I don't know what the status of their updates is. We'll have to wait and see. But this is part 1 of my Tomodachi / Animal Crossing update, the old one. So I hope you also have an old Tomodachi Life that you can pull out of a cabinet somewhere and start walking around with, so we can actually start the exchange again like we used to, because that was one of the best parts about it. And Animal Crossing New Leaf as well. We might run into each other there as well. But next week we'll hopefully have all the systems here, everything updated, and we can see how it works, and we can hopefully see those guys finally leaving. So I want to thank you for watching for now. Hope you have a nice day. I'll see you next time, and bye-bye for now.